Good evening everyone and welcome to TTML Division 4. We are here tonight for Season 3, it's round 5 of the Championship as we take in the Austrian Grand Prix from the Red Bull Ring. My name is James Hay, going to be taking through the stream as always as your lead commentator. And joining me in the commentary box, he went missing last week but he's back and we've found him this week. It is Mr. Paco Suarez. Paco, how you doing?
I'm doing fine, mate. Got it that I couldn't make it last week, but I had a family commitment. But pretty excited for today's round. I hope standards improve. And really excited also for the championship fight since there are like 4 or 5 drivers in the fight.
Yeah, 4 or 5 drivers currently within the fight, and I'll get it to the standings in just a second, but I want to update everyone on the actions that happened last week with King and with Vapor Damon. Damon did get awarded that win out on track. King has since been disqualified and blacklisted from the league because of his driving. Unacceptable driving standards. We should not have driving standards like that in any league, let alone in TTML Division 4, and frankly, I'm glad he's gone. Anyways, to the driver's standings, I don't want to rant on for the all night on that issue. Atlas Coppo on 84 points leading the way with Traxi in second on 70 and Magnus in third on 65 points. So I get in fourth on 62 with Khan in fifth on 54. Vapor Damon, who was awarded the win because of King's frankly ridiculous driving, in sixth on 51. Jippy Storm in seventh on 43. Storm in eighth on 37. Conti in ninth on 35 and Neymar in 10th on 29 points. Maximus in 11th on 26, with Florian in 12th on 25, Tekken in 13th on 24, Ryan, Frey Pepper and Braywich are all tied on 20 points for 14th, Lukey is in 17th on 18, Zam is in 18th on 16, and Pariah and Luke Ajax, who made a really good debut last week in Azerbaijan, they are tied on 15 points. Ferrari, of course, leading the constructors, but coming into tonight, Paco, Atlas Coppo got a 14-point lead over Traxi. Can he maintain that?
Well, I mean, I don't know how good Atlas Coppo is in Austria, but I have to admit that we've seen plenty of chaos. You know, I mean, Atlas Coppo in the first few rounds I've been here, he hasn't been the fastest, but he has been really clever in like taking advantage of other people's mistake. So probably he'll be quite constant with his results. But I think Traxi and Magnus probably could have a big chance due to their pace to try and gain some points back in the championship fight.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting. We're about to get going in towards qualifying. I've just seen apparently that there's a bet going on. Tekken has said in the Discord, and I'll say this live on stream, remember, the first person to DNF will get £50 from Atlas Coppo. Atlas Coppo's going to be £50 dearer, I think, by the end of tonight, to be honest, because of the nature of this track. Of course, 10 turns taking us around a 4.3-kilometre circuit here in Austria. And this is one of the tracks that I think the drivers absolutely love driving around, and it makes for really close action and really good overtaking.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I have to say probably Austria is one of my favorite tracks. I mean, you have plenty of spots to overtake. It's a beautiful track to drive. I think overall it always gives good races, so pretty excited for this one.
I know Division 5 apparently are having a few issues with their PSN lobby at this stage. Apparently PSN might be down for some people. Division 5 might get going, or are going, I think. But we've had a couple of issues just trying to sign into the account there as well. So hopefully it is all going to be fine, and we're not going to get a 1 out of 3 lap race like you just saw on your screen. But what I can report is beautiful blue skies here in Austria, in the Styrian mountain range. And did you know Austria, 73% of it is hilly? There we are.
I mean, this wouldn't go for the history books, you know.
Credit to Mr. David Croft, who said that in a commentary once around here, and I've tried to nick it from him and make it my own. There you are, there's a fact for you. Lukey's going to be the first one out on track, as we now are 30 seconds already into qualifying. The first cars are now coming out on the grid, and Lukey actually, this is his home race along with Traxi, and both Williams have been scoring quite highly so far this season. I noticed that Traxi is not here actually tonight, but Lukey hopefully going to be providing maybe a home victory, who knows?
Well, I mean, we've seen that Lukey hasn't been that lucky if you get me. But yeah, I hope he can improve. You know, he hasn't had the best of the luck. Okay, I'm gonna stop with that, but yeah, you get me. I think he can improve in today's race. I hope that he can show that he's useful for the team and that he can get back into the championship fight, although it won't be easy. As we can see, Jagermal joined the session, so I think he wasn't here before, right? So
yeah,
that's the last driver was missing.
Yeah, I think that's his first race. It might be his first race out on track, actually. The McLaren currently out on track is Neymar, and he's going to be the first one to take us through a lap here in Austria. So let's see what Neymar can do as he comes through turns 9 and 10. Fast-flowing, quick lap around here. Around 62 seconds normally in Division 1. I'll be saying about 63 seconds here in Division 4. As now we come through turn 1. Yellow flag in sector 3, don't worry about that. Just drivers preparing up for a lap as now Neymar runs up the hill through turn 1 and now through up towards turn 2 and turn 3 at Remus corner at turn 3. First sector's not too bad, 15.8 through the first sector from Neymar. So now hits turn 3 and now on the run down towards turn 4. Yigamal there just joining in the session. Frey Pepper is filling in for Traxi, by the way, tonight in the Williams, and he's also joined the NSR team for Norway, so that's not too bad. Neymar coming through turn 4, already getting my words mixed up. So we now come through turn 5, and then through the fast-flowing section of turns 5, and then 6, and then through towards turns 7 and 8. Very quick as we come through here, 44.4 through the middle sector from Neymar. So not looking actually like a too bad of a lap so far from Neymar, as he now comes up towards turn 9, and then towards turn 10 at Red Bull Mobile, flies through turn 9, and now through the Red Bull Mobile corner at turn 10. That is the end of the lap here, and Neymar comes across the line. And we're already in the 63s, a 1 minute 3.6. Not a bad lap there from Neymar. Look clean and concise.
Yeah, and Saget just crossed the finish line, a lap 7 tenths slower. As we can see, yeah, everyone just setting their times as Conti gets the fastest lap right now.
Conti has got the fastest lap right now. McLaren 1-2, currently 103.4 for Conti, 103.6 for Neymar. Luki came across the line, he was first out on track. He's just invalidated, but 104.379 is his lap. Jibby Storm yet to come out the pit lane. Maximus we're now on board with a lap as Frey Pepper goes third, and Black Phoenix goes 5th in all of that as well. So good luck turns from both of them. Already 3/10 of a second covering the top 6, 4/10 covering the top 8. So it's not too bad at all as we now come through the final corner with Maximus, and he puts himself up into P10. Not a bad lap. Storm, yeah, goes 6th with a 103.7. Brewich and invalidated, and he comes into the pit lane as well. And Luke Ajax on a good lap.
Yeah, now if you can get on board with Luke in the Racing Point, I don't think he's on a good lap, but still I think he's on his lap, so let's see what he says. He has been quite slow in some corners, probably cautious, and if he doesn't invalidate, he will... Okay, yeah, that was a really bad exit. It's gonna be a 1-4. Yeah, 1-4. Well, it wasn't as bad as I thought, so still decent.
It's not a bad lap, to be honest, from Luke Ajax, and I know a 104.2. Qualifying wasn't his strong point last week. It was more the race where we came alive in Azerbaijan, and that's where we saw him. I mean, he finished 5th place, I think, in Azerbaijan, on his debut, nonetheless. So a really good lap there from Luke Ajax, and he's best of the rest currently, but top 8 now, separated by 3/10 of a second, just under 3/10 of a second. We've got Ryan, I think, on a lap coming up towards turn 9, so let's see what the Brit can do. Of course, 3rd position last time out in Azerbaijan, I think. Runs wide coming out the final corner and invalidates. Typical. Would have been a good lap though. 103.8 would have put him in 9th.
Yeah, definitely. And now just the Merc from Jagermal is the one on the lap. He's about to finish the 2nd sector, and it seems like a good one. He's attacking the curbs, quite aggressive on his lap.
I think he's...
And, oh no, wait, he's not.
I think he's on that lap. I think he's on the net lap because I can see the sector 3 time at the top right hand side of my screen, and it shows us 3 minutes. I think he's on the net lap.
On my screen, he was showing like he was on his actual lap. Quite weird. Oh, and he invalidated.
Frey Pepper coming around the final corner into the pit lane, in fact, so the Belgian not going to be seeking improvement on his lap time. But to run you through, 6 minutes gone in qualifying, Conti out on top, who's just leading the pit lane now to go on to a 2nd lap. Magnussen 2nd and Atlas Coppo in 3rd. Ferrari, of course, leading the constructors by about 60 points coming into tonight as well. 2nd and 3rd for them in qualifying so far is not too bad.
No, definitely not. And we have seen, you know, that Ferrari during the whole season, they've been their starting positions have been quite good, you know, which has allowed them to work as a team somehow. So I think it's going to be interesting if they are able to do it again to see how it plays out in the race.
TNR way, only one way for him will be hopefully up the leaderboard. That's a terrible pun. As he now comes across the line. 103.4, I tell you what, that would have been quickest. That would have been quickest from way if that was a valid lap. So not a bad lap there. Zam, I think, is on a lap of 16 flat through the first sectors. Now the other Norwegian now begins to come through. We've got a league full of Norwegians, I think, in Division 4 tonight. It's going to be hard for us in commentary, I know. But Zam through the middle sector. 44.7, it's not too bad, but he's just losing. I think he's lost about 4 or 5 tenths compared to Conti's lap so far. So I'm expecting him to go maybe in between Black Phoenix, Luke Ajax with this lap. Let's see what Zam can do as he runs around the final couple of corners. Conti has just started up a lap coming through turn 1, I think, as now Zam comes across the line. Perfect. 9th, 103.9, and James Head gets a prediction right.
And I think, if I'm not mistaken, the next one to cross the finish line could be either Conti... No.
TNR Way,
Neymar.
I think. Yeah, TNR Way. TNR Way, I thought. Yeah, TNR Way, I thought was coming in on a lap, but he's not. He's into the pit lane. Braywich is on a lap. Yeah, Jibby Storm through the final corners invalidated as well. So Sygate on a lap. Let's pick up on board with him. 3 tenths up in the middle sector, 44.5. Be hoping to try and improve, but he won't improve if he does that through the final corner. A 103.688 would have put him up into 7th with that lap time, but he picks up an invalidation and he has to go again.
Yeah, and Conti also invalidated his lap, so he's going into the pits. The leader of the session doesn't seem like he did a good lap there.
Black Phoenix on a lap time as well, 900ths of a second up, so looking quite good so far. Black Phoenix now through the final corners, through turn 9 and then through turn 10. There's a Mercedes round at turn 1, not sure who that might be. Black Phoenix across the line now improves up to 6th. Good lap time there from him. Frey Pepper has invalidated, Corner's on a lap, and Atlas Copo's 300ths down coming through the final corner.
Yeah, and his teammate just behind.
And comes across the line, Atlas Copo goes top! Finds 2 tenths of a second, and Magnus, what a lap! A 102.8, it's a 62 second lap time around here. And Magnus, I said a 63 lap time for Division 4, and Magnus has just absolutely split the field apart by nearly 5 tenths of a second. Magnus is so quick on a 1 lap pace, but in the race it just falls apart slightly for him. He's been really unlucky in that part. Can he convert that now? I don't think that lap time would be beaten, if I've got to be honest.
It's gonna be quite difficult, but I mean, weird things we've seen in this tier. So until the clock hits 0, he cannot accept that position. I think he has to go for more laps and just secure that pole. But I think it's a really good lap solid, but you cannot guarantee anything until the session ends.
You cannot guarantee anything at all. Halfway through qualifying, it's Magnussen on top at the second. Conti in third. Khan, by the way, went fourth, and he's improving through the first sector.
Yeah, and Lucky is the other way around.
Through turn 3.
It was at the exit of the turn 3. Quite weird. I mean, he probably lost it touching the curb or something. Not good for him, although he was on mediums, so interesting.
Not too bad. Khan's up by 900ths of a second coming through the middle sector. Now to the final sectors. He comes through turns 9 and then turn 10 at the Red Bull Mobile. And now comes through. No. Invalidates on the exit. I think he would have gone second with this lap time.
Williams.
No. 103.5. And the Williams of Frey Pepper across the line improves up to third. 103.3.
Yeah, really solid lap. I mean, just behind Atlas Copo. And he still has 2 more attempts to try and beat one of the Ferraris, so it's going to be quite interesting. As we can see, Gibbs Storm leaves the session, probably he lagged out. And are you watching Neymar, who I think is on a lap?
Neymar, yeah, he's just on, I think he's just further on the man I was on board with, TNR Way, who was on a lap. Let me find him. There he is. Neymar, 2 tenths up. Coming through the middle sector, so let's see what he can do as he now comes through in this papaya-coloured car. No surprise that it's still papaya-coloured for 2021 as he now comes through turns 9 and then through turn 10. And let's see what he can do through the final corner. Very tricky to try and invalidate coming out the final corner on the exit. Neymar though across the line, and he does improve and he's up into 5th, but I think he improved 1 position there, which is not too bad. TNR Way makes his way up the field and he's up into 9th.
I mean, you're just gonna be like that the whole live stream, right?
Well, you made a really bad pun earlier on about Lucky. He might be going to Las Vegas, the current position he's in. We're a terrible commentary duo, honestly.
I think when people knew we were together again for this season, they were asking why would they get us together again?
Jibby Storm saying his game crashed as well in the Discord, just catching up on board. So hopefully Jibby Storm will be able to rejoin the session. He'll be allowed to, I think, to rejoin the session if it's a sufficient game crash. Conti's on a lap time, 1,000th down through the first sector. So let's see what the Dutchman can do out on track. Faye Pepper, of course, still third out on track. So literally, as I said, Jibby Storm can rejoin. He rejoins. Perfect. Conti now coming through turn 5 and then up towards turn 6. This left-hander flying through the left-hander. A couple of cars coming into the pit lane with yellow flags there. 10th up from Conti. It's Purple in the middle sector. Purple that was in the middle sectors. He now comes up the hill in towards turns 8 and 9. He's running quite low on fuel. I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to dive this into the pit lane. We've seen improvement further down the field, I think, from somebody. Conti through the final corner, though, very crisp through there, comes across the line, and he goes second, 103.1. Not a bad lap there from Conti, still more than 3.25 tenths away from Magnus, who is not on a lap.
And Maximus right now crossing the finish line as well. It seems like he's going to do 1:42. He improves 3 tenths, but not enough to get into the top 10. P13 for him.
Yeah, not too bad from him. Brewich going to come into the pit lane as well. Lukey's just started up on a lap, so let's see what the Williams can do as well. 5 minutes and 20 seconds left in this qualifying session. Magnus out on top, Conti second, Atlas Copel third.
Yeah, and Atlas Copel, okay, he invalidated his lap, so yeah, you can stay with the Williams then.
Yeah, I rode on board with him, and I thought, yeah, he's going to pick up on that eventually. But yeah, Atlas Copel invalidating, I think, this and next lap invalidated possibly for Atlas Copel there. But Lukey through turn 4, let's see what he can do. I don't think this is a quick lap. He's got about 60% of his ERS left as he now comes through turn 6 and now flies up towards turn 7 and 8. Division 5, by the way, he's getting more viewers than us. Oh, and Lukey has spun. Lukey has spun coming out of turn 6 and 7 through that complex there into the middle sector split. Did he just get caught on the curb, I think, there?
Yeah, I mean, quite tricky that section of the track, because if you touch the curb a little bit and you go full throttle, you can easily lose the back end, so yeah. But quite weird, he's not having confidence at all today. Like, he has spun twice already.
He has spun twice already. I think it was a disappointing qualifying session from him last week, if I'm not mistaken, in Baku. So hopefully going to try and right those wrongs here. Magnus out on top, Conti second, Atlas Copel in third. Ryan is on the lap, though, in the Haas, coming through the middle sector. Black Phoenix, I think, is on the lap as well.
Yeah, finishing his in the last 2 corners. Let's see if he gets a good exit. Tries to hit the apex. He doesn't invalidate. That's quite important. And let's see what time he sets. That's a 1:36. Wow, marginal improvement.
Only 8 thousandths of a second. Khan is on a lap time. He's going to improve, I think, coming across the line. Oh, he improved by 2,000. So it's a guess of trying to invalidate the least, I think, out on track. Or trying to improve the least, I should say, out on track. Khan, 2 thousandths of a second. Black Phoenix, 8 thousandths of a second. And Ryan, I don't think, even got a lap in. So might have invalidated.
I think there's a bet we're not aware of. I think someone bet to see if someone was able to set the same lap twice.
Oh, goodness me. Magnus still out on top, though. Conti second, Atlas Copel in third. Just trying to see if there's anybody else on a lap time.
Doesn't seem like it.
On. I think Zam is coming across the line to start a lap.
Yep.
Let's watch him. Comes up towards turn 1.
Yeah, right now, really good exit. You have to go up to 8th, but really, you have to be really careful on that sort of hairpin, although it's not a hairpin at all. Then go down to 2nd and really hit the apex and have a really good exit without touching the outside curb. And this part quite tricky because you can easily lock up, but you also have to use the external curb to try and help yourself to go longer on the braking. And here is where Lucky spun. You also have to be really careful to not touch the curb, and here it's really easy to invalidate on the exit. So we can see he's improving quite a lot. Let's see where that gets him. As we can see now, hitting the last 2 corners. Also, really easy to invalidate, and you have to fully
no.
send it. Yeah.
Oh,
but he doesn't
valid.
invalidate. Yeah, but he lost a lot of time.
600's down in the end, and he lost 0.2 of a second. That sausage curb on the inside of the final corner is deathly, honestly. I've been caught on that before, and trust me, it is not that nice at all. Storm is through the middle sector. He's a 10.5 up on his lap time as he now comes up towards turns 9 and 10. Jibby Storm, by the way, is out on track. I think you are now in the regulations, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. You are allowed to join in qualifying because there's no glitches, but you're not allowed to join in the formation lap. I think that's where it is. A Storm flies up into 5th.
Yeah, really good lap from Storm, which at the moment, if no one improves, it's a really good starting position for him.
Conti's on a lap currently, 200's up through the first sector, so let's see what he can do out on track. He now flies through, only invalidates actually Conti, coming through turn 6, and there's a Mercedes in the gravel there, which I think might have been Jägermal just getting out of the way.
And Tekken goes up to 7th. He was on the last lap, and he did quite a good time, but not enough to try and challenge the top 3 guys.
Just having a look through Zam through the final corner, going to prepare up for another lap. Raywich is down on his lap time. Lukey getting going. Jägermal has... Oh, he's on an in lap, in fact.
Jibby Storm?
Jibby Storm, I think, is furthest on. Yeah, 44.6 through the middle sector. It's not too bad. If he's not allowed to do this lap, then I'm sorry. He's probably listened to me on that point, and I apologise for anything. But Jibby Storm now coming through the final 2 corners. Didn't look that quick through there. And again, didn't look that quick through there. I think he's running no ABS tonight, if I'm not mistaken. But Jibby Storm across the line. 17th position. He can do a lot better than that, I think.
Yeah, definitely. And right now, just behind him comes Lukey in the Williams, improving by 2/10. He goes quite wide, and if that's not invalid, I would be surprised, yeah, indeed. And that's the session over for him.
Yeah, Brewich as well out the final corner. Lukey invalidating. Would have improved by 0.3 of a second up into 16th, so wouldn't have found him a lot. Jibby Storm, by the way, is in the session, just to clarify, and no Victor Storm there, who I'm presuming is either his dad or his brother, has just joined, saying Jibby Storm cannot join because the game has crashed. He's there. He's on your screen. Maverick's on a good lap. 3.2 seconds up. Maverick's on a really good lap here, coming through the final corner. Let's see what he can do. Comes across the line and goes 8th. Really good lap time. Does a spinner out the final corner. That's Black Phoenix spinning out the final corner. I think it's now game over. Magnus has spun. Oh, he comes across the line to improve, in fact. A 102.7. Conti second. I don't think we're getting many improvements, to be honest, on this lap. Jibby Storm back into the pit lane. Luke Ajax is invalidated. Ryan across the line is invalidated. Jägermal is invalidated. That's the end of qualifying, I think. Magnus on top, Conti second, Atlas Copo third. Tekken back into the pit lane, I think.
Yeah, that's the session over, and quite unfortunate for Atlas Copo because I think he was on a really good lap, but he invalidated on the final corner.
Tekken a very weird line coming through the final corner there. If you roll on board with that, yes, he was cutting the curb at the final corner and running onto the grass. Tekken 7th anyways, Magnus out on top, Conti 2nd, Atlas Copo in 3rd, and Magnus's qualifying record this season has just been utterly phenomenal. A 102.7 here. He qualified on pole last time. Is he the man to beat?
I mean, he has shown that in the race he loses. I mean, I don't know if it's the luck he has or whatever, but always in the race he starts to lose positions. So I would have my doubts. I wouldn't bet for him to win the race.
Let's see what he can do out on track. Let's see what all of the drivers can do out on track. Magnus out on top from Conti in 2nd, Atlas Copo in 3rd. Conti only 6,000ths of a second, roughly, of Atlas Copo in 4th. With Storm in 5th, Ray Pepper 6th, 3,000ths of. Tekken in 7th. Them are covered by 1,700ths of a second. McMaverick in 8th, Neymar in 9th, Way in 10th. With Cygate in 11th, Luke Ajax in 12th, Black Phoenix 13th, Zam 14th, Ryan 15th, Braywitch 16th, Maximus 17th, Jibby Storm 18th, Lukey 19th, and Jägermal not the one to get a lap time in. I'm not sure if he's actually in the lobby. He was reporting an internet issue, so hopefully he's not rejoined back in. But he's down at the back with no time at all. Magnus out on top though, Conti 2nd, Atlas Copo in 3rd. Go and grab a cup of tea, a quick cup of tea, and all of the action will be unfolding in around 2 or 3 minutes. You do not want to miss anything. So now we get in towards... Oh, go on.
No, I was about to say that about the strategy in here, because you generally give me, like the. Seriously, my English is deteriorating, But yeah, that I was about to talk about the strategy here, about what they should do. Because here it should be a one-stop, if I'm not mistaken, right? Soft to hard or soft to mediums?
Softs to hards, I think the guys will be trying to pit in around lap 9, lap 10, I would say, to try and get like an optimum hard stint towards the end of the race. But we saw it in Division 1, Amazing Hour, who was second, going for the race win. Lando had a 3-second penalty in front of him. He was about 9/10 ahead going onto the final lap. Going into Rima's corner at turn 3, gets a puncture on the front left and ruins any sort of chance of the victory for him. And he was on about 75% before that happened. So I'm just warning that we could see punctures later on in the race.
That's actually so unfortunate. I mean, that probably hurts a lot.
Really unfortunate. Yeah, he was inconsolable, I think, after that race, to be honest. Hopefully we'll see better of him, of course, on Tuesday night in Division 1. Of course, you can tune in on Tuesday night. I'll be taking you through the action along with Luke Etheridge for that. But it's myself and Paco Suarez taking you through the action. There's a predicted pit stop strategy just coming up on my screen. Lap 14 to 16, softs to mediums. Softs to hards, lap 12 to 16. As I normally say in any single commentary that I do on League Racing TV, don't trust the Amazon Web graphics. Trust the experts in the commentary box. Magnussen on top, of course, top 10, qualifying on a set of soft compounded tyres. Can we class ourselves as experts? I don't know. Lukey on a set of soft compounded tyres, though, in 19th position. The rest of the field on mediums. It's going to be quite interesting to see how Lukey gets on, certainly from 19th position. How many positions do you feel he can make up if there's no contact or anything?
I think that he should be happy if he's able to sneak in the top 10.
Yeah, it'll be a really good start, I think, for Lukey. Hopefully, he's on a set of soft compound tyres. He's going to be quicker than the guys around him. He's on a fresh set of softs compared to the guys, of course, in the top 10 who qualified on an old set of soft compound tyres. Maverick and Neymar, I think, had a collision underneath that formation lap. The final cars, well, the first couple of cars are now coming through the final couple of corners. Quickly, Paco, before we get going, who's your top 3?
I'm gonna go for Khan in first. I'm gonna keep Conti in second, and Storm in third.
Storm in third, quite interesting. Tekken Sane in 7th position. His pad's playing up. That's not great. That's probably why we saw him to the right-hand side coming through the final corner. And I hope, to God, there's no kamikaze in towards turn 1, because that'll just end. Yeah, that'll just end anybody's races, and that'll be tough luck for anyone that's got caught up in that, certainly. But we are about to get going here for race number 5 of the season. Well, I hope we are. I hope the lights are going to come on. There they are, the lights have came on. 5 red lights now on here in Division 4. Round 5 of the championship, and it's lights out and away we go. What a really bad start that is, with the predicted pit stop strategy coming up. Atlas Copo has already made it a Ferrari 1-2 down in towards turn 1. No. Conti on the inside line. Everyone clean through in the foreground, and certainly in the lead-in shot. I think everyone's clean through turn 1. I think Braywich ran wide, but Magnus leading up the hill and towards turn 3 at Remus. Atlas Copo second, Conti in third. Conti going to try and dab that down the inside, but Atlas Copo makes a mistake. Oh, there's been a little bit of a pinch point there. A little bit of contact there. Frey Pepper into the back of Khan. 3 wide running down the straight, and this is what you're on board with right now, as they're on board. Tekken has got 2 positions off the start. Khan, Frey Pepper, the 2 Williams trying to get in there as well, but Khan now down on the inside line. Stormer's on the outside line. Khan cannot make it. It's 3 wide running through turn 5 and 6. Goodness me, Tekken backs out of that, which I'm really glad, and Khan gets the move done. Surely down the inside. He's going to force Frey Pepper out wide, and Khan and Frey Pepper going at it, but that's a brilliant move by Khan. He is fluid up into 5th, but early on, the car gone spewing off, and that is Tekken. Tekken has gone spewing off into the wall. Are we going to see a safety car? That looks off track to me. Magnus though out on top, Atlas Copo second, Conti in third at the end of lap 1, and a VSC has been deployed. A VSC deployed at the end of lap 1, and it is Magnus out on top, Atlas Copo second, and Conti in third. Tekken spewing off into the wall. Is that a sign of his pad troubles coming back to haunt him?
I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, the first lap, I'm still trying to recompose myself, you know. Plenty of things happened. As we can see that Khan lost plenty of positions at the start, but he was able to gain those positions back. So, yeah.
Back on the way.
Yeah, and we are back to green, yeah.
Back to green flag racing. It was weird because there was yellow flags in all three sectors for a moment there. Black Phoenix going side by side with Zam further up the field. Khan and Frey Pepper have just gone side by side. I think Khan's just gone up into fifth, has he? Or has he maintained the position? I think he's maintained
No, he maintained the position, yeah.
Yeah, I thought Frey Pepper was behind him. He got the move done, didn't he? Down in towards turn 7 first time around. So I get first 3-second time penalty of the evening, but it's Magnus who leads. Atlas Copo second, Conti in third. There's another car off the background. That's Black Phoenix that's around right at the back of the field, and he's got no front wing on that car. So the Alpha Tauri, of course, with that new colour scheme that looks a bit like some sneakers that people buy at the supermarket. Black Phoenix in 19th position. He's going to be trooping his way around at the back.
Yeah, and I can see behind Neymar already tried, you know, to put under pressure, to put Saget under pressure, as he's quite close. He has DRS and Slipstream. Is he gonna dive it? I think he is.
Lukey's round through turn 1, and I think he got caught on the outside curb. I just saw him spin on the mini-map as opposed. He's got the car back going again, but Neymar and Saget are still side by side. There's a now run down in towards turn 3, and Neymar's got the move done on that fresher set of soft compound tyres. He's through and he's up into 7. Saget, he's up into 8, so he's getting 3 positions off the start, but crucially he's on a set of mediums compared to the guys around him who are on a set of softs, so surely the set of softs are just going to swamp him as Mac Maverick just gets slightly out of shape coming through turn 6.
And he also has a penalty which is crucial at the end of the race, so despite the different strategy, I don't think he's going to have a good race.
Conti getting a lot of support, by the way, in the chat. I'm just reading that as Lukey has deployed a safety car. He crashes off into the wall. Not sure the position of that is quite strange.
The last.
I'm not sure if he's lost.
Where?
Yeah, that's at turn 7 where he's gone that off. I wonder if he's tried to fight the car and then he's just went straight on, or if he's crashed out on purpose. That's what's going through my mind. Look at the position out on track of it.
Oh wait.
That's well off.
Okay, now
and that's deployed a safety car.
I was trying to find the car, but I just couldn't. Right, yeah, I've seen it. Quite a weird place. I mean, Black Phoenix is about to... Okay, never mind.
It's gone. I literally came on board with him. I think he's gone spearing off into the wall. You can see, actually, there's a little bit of tie marks on the grass there, so that indicates to me he's either spun on the curb, or, as I say, he might have crashed out on purpose, but I wouldn't like to think that is the case. I think he's probably just spun it, if I've got to be honest.
It seems like we have a Sherlock Holmes in the live stream.
Sherlock Holmes in the live stream. Let's have a look. I'm on board with Division 5 live stream, so no wonder I can't find it. Let me give me...
but I was... never mind. I was talking about you, but
Magnus
never mind. As we can see Magnus bidding, yeah.
And Atlas Copo in as well, and this has actually given them a good run. And I think Atlas Copo, this is absolutely timed to perfection for the Ferraris. Both of them are in. Atlas Copo is going to be held up slightly. Onto set of hards they go. They're not getting to the end, my friend. They are not getting to the end. Atlas Copo is going to be jumped here, actually, by the Mercedes in behind of Yigamal, I think that is. Or behind him, or way, in fact, in behind him. But Atlas Copo actually just comes out in front of him. But he has lost quite a lot of time. Magnus is behind Braywich, coming out the pack. They've gone on to a set of hard compounded tyres. 31 laps on a set of hards. Impossible.
What did you expect from Ferrari? I mean, they always bottle in strategy, so...
And
wait,
Braywich has got an illegal overtake, I think. Not sure if he's trying to avoid a collision there, or if there was some sort of going on, but I just saw Maximus Yigamal and Braywich just slow down all of a sudden, and there's no damage on that car.
No.
Very strange, very strange. I wonder if Braywich just got an illegal overtake and that's why he let Yigamal through. Yigamal was probably behind him, he's gone ahead of him, and Braywich has got the illegal overtake to let him back through. That's what I think.
But he has it, but still breaking that much, because I mean Magnus and Atlas Magnus basically was quite far. So yeah, he was basically sitting on track, you know. But yeah, quite weird what happened there. We would need to see their point of view, of course.
Now Lukey saying his wheel disconnected and went straight into the wall. That's what happened to Lukey. Tekken as well. He got a new pad. He blames the game, but he got a new pad. It's probably the new pad, if I've got to be honest.
Not Lukey then.
Not Lukey at all. It was his wheel that disconnected. So I didn't think of that actually. So a wheel disconnection for Lukey, just to confirm that. And Tekken saying, three spot and we'll have got 2 more if they fix the game. Don't know what that means. That could be code for anything. Conti leading the way though from Storm in second, Khan in third. We are under the safety car. I hope you've gone to make your cup of tea at this point. Khan is now off the back of Frey Pepper and Neymar. They're off the back end, and Neymar's lagging quite a lot on my screen.
Not on my screen. I mean, I can see like his car is a bit glitched, but
yeah, it was up the hill where they were having trouble. Apparently there's been a big collision in Division 5. Ranheim and Robin, I think, have came in together, or they've held each other on qualifying. But Conti leading the way, Storm in second, Khan in third. We've got Cautious Storm behind Conti, of all people as well. Safety car going to be coming in this lap. And is this going to prove to me, if Storm is not cautious, he should go for the lead of the race on the safety car restart?
Just saying, at the moment, my top 3, not in order, it's perfect. My prediction. You didn't do it because you're afraid of missing it, but at the moment, I'm nailing it.
You are nailing it. They'll just call me a fraud if I try to do a top 3 from now on and onto lap 7. But Conti leading the way from Storm in second, and now Conti's got to go, and he's got to go, I think, in between turn 8 and 9. That safety car is in, and Conti weaving about through the final corner. There's a front wing going flying. I think that might have been Cygate or McMaverick. Yeah, McMaverick having a collision with Cygate. One of them has picked up damage, but back on the way though, and Conti leads the way. Fred Pepper is on the back of Con. He hasn't got the legs up towards turn 1. McMaverick though, down the inside on Cygate, never going to work. That is just silly. And there's more damage, and McMaverick has now got damage up with Cygate. That got damage, and Maximus has got front wing damage as well. And there's a car gone spearing off as well. Black Phoenix is like they're going around on ice, Ryan coming through turn 4. And Conti has made a mistake, by the way. Storm is now on the back, running down the hill and towards turn 4. Is he going to go for the lunge? Please go for the lunge. Please. Cautious. No, cautious as always. He still stays in P2.
By the way, it was Ryan who got the damage, not Maximus, so yeah, Ryan not having the best of the luck there.
So unfortunate, he picked up damage early on as well in the race in Baku, if I'm not mistaken, and now Braywich is trying to go side by side with him. I think Ryan should just duck out the way at this point, to be honest. There's now Neymar and Frey Pepper. Neymar's off! Neymar's off at the same point as Tekken, as he now flies through turn 7 and 8 that was, and now left-hand side end plate damage, right-hand side end plate damage. He's got a T-tray out on track, and he rejoins just in front of McMaverick, just about keeps the car out of McMaverick's way. Onto lap 8 though, absolute disaster for some of the guys out on track. Cygate has got that right side end plate damage on that car, as Luke Ajax nearly goes around the outside. I'll tell you what, Cygate though, keeping it well. Luke Ajax might complain, but I see nothing wrong in that at all.
I mean, on the point of view from the racing point, I mean, yeah, if he had gone for the move, it would have ended really, really badly. So I think it was more the racing point backing off than Cygate.
Miles through on Maximus as well, through to P9 he goes, as Black Phoenix, Neymar and Ryan all caught up in that carnage on lap, or turn 1 on lap 7, now came into the pit lane. It's Conti leads Storm in second, Khan in third, Frey Pepper fourth, Cygate in fifth, and the front 4 have got a big advantage, 3.1 seconds over the back of Zam, who's now down the inside coming through turn 7, gets the move done, the Renault through and he's up into fifth. Luke Ajax is now going to try and have a bit of a look here at Cygate. I think Cygate should honestly just come into the pit lane, put on a set of hards and try and go to the end of the race, if I've got to be honest, as now he runs wide, coming out the final corner. Not sure if he was looking to come into the pit lane there, to be honest, but Luke Ajax through, he's up into 6th, Cygate down to 7th, Jägermal, Jibby Storm has now lost the position to Jägermal, and Jägermal's making a move down the inside on Cygate. Not quite, as now we run through up towards turn 3 once again, with Jibby Storm now side by side, and barely ahead of Yigamal. He's going to be cut in at this point. He's going to be boxed in by Yigamal. Yeah, very good there from Yigamal. Down the inside he goes on Sidegate. Sidegate forced out wide. Oh, and they spin into each other. Sidegate got caught on the outside curve. There was a little bit of contact. Yigamal, I think, just used him as a bit of a breaking point. Jibby Storm now throwing up into 8th, and now Maximus in behind, throwing into 9th. Look at the battle for the lead as well. Storm is just 0.3 of a second away from Conti. Conti leading the way. Storm in second. Khan in third. 1 lap 9 out of 36. And goodness me, I can't keep up.
Yeah, too much action here, most part because Sidegate, you know, is just causing a train, which we will have to watch out for it because Magnus is now getting to that train in front of him, so it's going to be
key. Come into the pit lane. Jibby Storm, Jägermal's around the outside of Jibby Storm. That's phenomenal, absolutely sensational. Jibby Storm was going to get the move done anyways on Sidegate coming into the pit lane, but Jägermal's just got 2 for 1. Around the outside he goes. On Jibby Storm, who I think was relying on Sidegate on the inside line. Storm and Conti are now side by side running up the hill and towards third 3. So the battle for the lead is well and truly on. Khan and Frey Pepper's not too far away from this as either. And Conti now's dropping like an absolute stone. And Khan and Frey Pepper side by side. Maximus and Jibby Storm, we cannot keep up. But Yigamal around the outside of Jibby Storm. He was going to get the move done, I think anyways, Jibby Storm. But to pull off a move like that around the outside with a car coming into the pit lane, it's just sensational. That's absolutely brilliant.
The only thing I would complain about is that he just used the track limits. He extended the track limits to complete the overtake, but I mean I can understand the situation in which he did it.
To be honest, there was no other way for him to go around the corner safely. I think that's what I could argue, to be honest, on that point. And Storm now leading the way. He took Conti up the hill and towards turn 3. Conti looks like he's saving his tyres, I think, out on track, as opposed to Storm. Storm 35%, Conti 34%, so just about a percentage difference in terms of the ERS. Khan, Frey Pepper 3rd and 4th. Jibby Storm, though, going to try a move on Maximus up towards turn 3, I think. And this is looking nigh on. Well, good. He's through. Easily.
And Magnus. Watch out for Magnus.
Magnus is coming like an express train down the inside. Atlas Copo and Way have changed positions as well. As actually Magnus.
Run the outside.
Braywood tries to go around the outside. Way's on the back of this as well. And Magnus has got the move done just about. Or is fending off Braywich. Braywich has now got really good pace. Tries to go down the inside line. Not going to commit it. And I think these guys are being sensible at this point. Probably because they're all in a party together, I wonder.
I wouldn't be surprised if they actually were in there. I mean, Norwegian squad.
Goodness me. But yeah, Storm leading the way. Conti in second. I tell you what, Conti went back a lap essentially. He was more than a second off coming across the line last time around, and now Conti only 4 tenths away from the back of Storm.
No, and I have to say, I mean, something is happening up there. I mean, they're fighting too much because Khan and Frey Pepper have been able to get back into the DRS range.
They have indeed, and yeah, Khan and Frey Pepper there, 3rd and 4th. Conti not close enough to the back of Storm. Everyone is just quietening down slightly. Apart from Magnus, going to go for goal. Maximus running up the hill and towards turn 3. Can Magnus outbrake him late on the brakes? Down the inside he goes on a fresh set of hearts.
Nope.
No, Maximus is still there. Maximus gets a better traction on the outside, but now Maximus is going to engage overdrive, and now he should be through Magnus down on the inside line. But I'll tell you what, both of them I think have got DRS, and Maximus has to give way here. Magnus is through and he's up into 9th. No way. Maximus is getting back with that compound tyre. Magnus is through and he's up into 9th.
Yeah, probably I was too optimistic on there, or I just wanted them to fight, but yeah, I mean, those tires probably with 12 laps mediums are not done. I mean, they have still half a stint, as we can see. Conti pits.
Conti in, yeah, Khan picked up a 3-second time penalty as well, but Conti is in, lap 13 to 15 on a set of hard compounder tyres, so now Conti into the pit lane and puts on a set of hard compounder tyres. 23 laps, can and will probably make it. It's safe. It's very safe, I think. And I think with his tyre wear, he can probably get those tyres to the end of the race. And importantly, comes well ahead out of Sidegate, Ryan and Neymar, who's not even through turn 9 and 10. So Conti's got all the track room to fight with. Way is now on the back of Braywich, who in turn's on the back of Maximus, who in turn's on the back of Magnus, who in turn is on the back of Jibby Storm for 7th.
I mean, plenty of fights in today's race, I have to say. I mean, we had some expectations, and I think this has gone beyond the expectations. For me, to be honest, a really good race until now.
Frey Pepper coming into the pit lane from 3rd position. Storm stays out, Khan stays out as well. Frey Pepper then into the pit lane. If they miscommunicate, by the way, the pit entry, they will be getting a penalty at the end of this race. So any pit entries, watch out for on the stream, and we can catch them up with the stewards afterwards. But Frey Pepper now in, and he is inevitably going to go on to a set of hard compound tyres, I believe. Yep, white wall tyre is out, and he should come out behind Conti. As now he comes out of the pit lane. There's Conti to the right hand side. There's Frey Pepper, and Frey Pepper's going to be about 2.5 seconds behind. Coming out of the pit lane is now Magnus closes in on Jibby Storm.
Yeah, and Jibby Storm tries to do the switch back. Oh, but Magnus was quite clever. I mean, he didn't have a really good exit, so he just used it to block Jibby Storm. Quite clever from him.
Yeah, parked the apex, parked the bus, like Sunderland's defence tomorrow, I hope, against Burton. So there we are. Magnus Looney's up into 6th. Have to get a Sunderland point in sometime.
Definitely. I mean, if not, live streams would be more boring, to be honest.
Could be worse. It could be worse. Sunderland could be in the Premier League at this point, but no, we're not. Tell you what, though, looks like the clouds are beginning to build over the track.
No.
Are you sure?
No. Pretty sure.
I'm certain they are.
I mean, like, Conti wouldn't have put hards if he knew some rain was expected. So yeah,
but it could cloud over to the point where it's quite overcast. That's the thing. And they'll begin to operate at a really bad temperature compared to what they're operating at now. And then we'll see the swing mediums to softs towards the end of the race as well. Sun is still out, but the clouds, I feel, are beginning to build. On the back straight, though, it's not too bad. In the third sector.
Yeah, third sector, yeah. And I have to say, Storm definitely going for the medium tires. As we can see, Khan, since he lost the DRS range, he hasn't been able to gain back. So Storm could be on a really good strategy call here.
Frey Pepper has left the session.
Yeah,
that's like disappointing. That. And he's disconnected, I think, out on track. So Frey Pepper disconnects.
Stop it.
I think he can rejoin. Ryan, by the way, is on the back of Sidegate. This is 14th and 15th. And now runs down the inside line. That's late on the brakes from Ryan. Gets the move done down the inside line. Can Neymar pick up on any of this as well? They're now side by side running through turn 5. And now through turn 6, Sidegate and Ryan. Sidegate does not want to give this up without a fight. Tell you what, they've been really fair to each other. Apart from that, Sidegate just a little bit wayward on the curb, I think. Forced Ryan out into the gravel. And Conti is ahead of Storm. Coming out of the pit lane. Ligamal's through on Ajax as well. And Khan has been undercut by Frey Pepper out on track.
Yeah, but quite surprising Frey Pepper was not able to do the undercut on Storm, but Storm is not that far away from Conti and he's on softer tires, as we can see Reno, who probably lost it and has lost, Braywich lost a lot of positions.
Oh, goodness me. Lap 16 out of 36, not even through halfway, and we've probably already had about a race full of action, to be honest. Sam leading the way, Luke Ajax in second, Jägermal third, Magnus in fourth. But I tell you what, Conti in the prime spot at this stage, but Storm, interestingly, going on to a set of medium compound tyres as we fly through the middle sector once again. He's 1.2 seconds off the back of Conti. A, can he get those tyres towards the end of the race? And B, can he win?
I think he can win. The question is about the tires, yeah. I mean, I think he's going to overtake Conti and he's going to pull away, but yeah, the tires I think is the main question though. And also I'm quite curious at Magnus, because it seems like today he has the pace, like he's quite fast. And I wonder if putting the softs in the last stint, because he will have to pit, will be enough to try and maybe make it to the podium.
Well, the gap between Magnus and Conti is 8 seconds. Pit stop around here is what, 19 seconds, roughly? Anything?
I would say 17, 18. I have to say Austria, it's one of the shortest pit stops in the whole calendar.
Frey Pepper saying his internet shut down. His internet shut down, so that's why he disconnected out of the race. As now Way is on the back of Maximus, running up the hill in towards turn number 9. I was going to say number 8 there, out of track. But there we are. Jimmy Storm in 5th, Maximus 6th, Atlas Copo just in behind in 8th as well on Way. Way deploys that DRS wing running down the straight. That was a voice crack and a half. Goodness me. Jimmy Storm in 5th. But I'll tell you what, Yigamal's on the back of Luke Ajax. Going to go for the move up towards turn 3. And he should have this one done. And he has got the move done.
Yeah, easy overtaken. Just behind, we can see Maximus trying to send it on Givestorm, and he does it. But wait, it's not over yet as Givestorm tries to fight. But yeah, Maximus really make the move. But now it's the Alfa Romeo who has the DRS. Will he try and send it down to turn 4? Yeah, he's down the inside. Now Maximus tries to hold it as they contact that. The Alfa Romeo almost spins in Way. I think he's going to make his way
and I'll tell you
up
what,
to P6.
Conti and Storm are side by side and behind as well. This is the net lead of the race, and Storm is through. Storm is through and he's into the net lead of the race out on track. He's on a set of mediums, so he's through. Really good battle that. I just caught it down in towards turn 4. Storm was on the inside line. Conti was on the outside arm and then switched, and Storm through and he's up into P10, but more importantly, now ahead of Conti.
And just on time, because I think he's going to be able to catch the guys ahead and get in the DRS range just before the detection zone, or it's going to be close, I think. So this is going to be key, because Storm is going to have DRS. He's going to be able to pull out a bit from Conti, although in this DRS zone he's not going to have DRS, but still. And what's out ahead, as we can see, Way making his way through again. And going up to P5, as we can see Maximus trying to fight again. He's now going to have DRS. He's going to use the slipstream and the ERS to try and overtake him back, but no, he's too far. Way had a really good exit. As we can see behind, Ryan and Black Phoenix pitting again.
Well, in true Way fashion, the only way is up. He's up into 5th.
I mean, I think Way after this race, he's just gonna, make his way out of the league.
No, he is going to watch back this stream, see how many puns we've done, and then he's going to at us afterwards. As now Storm is going side by side with Braywitch. I think Braywitch is going to come into the pit lane, and Storm then is through. I tell you what,
ooh,
Clouds.
The McLaren. No.
Clouds.
No.
It's clouding over. It is clouding over out on track. I'm telling you now.
I mean, it is, but I don't know if it's going to affect that much.
Let's see. Magnus right on the back of Luke Ajax. We saw a good battle with these two in Baku last time out. But I tell you what, it was sunny here a lap ago, and now it's not. So come at me now. Come at me now. Magnus is going to come at Luke Ajax. So look at the speed. Absolutely sails on by Luke Ajax. He is through and he's into the lead of the race.
Magnus Airlines. I mean, he just came like a plane and like a rocket ship. But yeah. And I was seeing that behind, between Storm and Atlas, we have two potential championship contenders fighting for virtual places, because technically Atlas Copo has to yet make another pit stop. But I mean, this could be key, because I think Atlas Copo could help his teammate by blocking Conti and Storm.
Yeah, it's going to be fascinating. I think Storm there is on the back of Atlas Copo, and Atlas Copo is... Jimmy Storm is into the pit lane, and now
he crossed the white line.
Yeah, cross the white lines as well, so that might be investigated. But now Storm is on the back of Atlas Copo. Both of them have got DRS. He might not even need DRS running down in towards turn 1. Storm's going to go for the move down the inside line. Picks up a 3-second time penalty. Yeah. That didn't look to me 3 seconds worthy, if I've got to be honest. As a sprinter through turn 1, and that's Conti. McLaren. That is round. That's Conti. Conti is round through turn 1.
That's the race over. I mean, Storm can already take the win. I don't think it's going to have anyone fighting.
Look at these guys. Zam, Yigamal, Luke Ajax, all on a set of soft compound tyres. Jibby Storm and Braywitch. Am I being mad? Or am I thinking there's going to be rain towards the end of this race?
Nah, you're definitely mad. I mean, if you want, we can put money. And we can bet.
Well, let's see. I think it's overcast currently. It's not at the point where it's going to rain, though, out on track. But these guys, I'm just contemplating whether they're going to get to the end on pretty much 15, 16 laps worth of tyres out on track. Maximus is into the pit lane, but are they going to get to the end on these softs anyways? It's going to be difficult.
I mean, 15 laps are quite achievable, and even in the last 10, because in the last 10 it's easier to save tires than in the first one. So yeah, I think they're gonna make it till the end.
I hope so. I hope they are. Yigamal now and Zam are going to fight out. This is the 4th position, essentially.
Ooh.
Out on track as now Yigamal just flies on by on Zam, and he is through. Wham bam, says Yigamal, and he's through and he's up into 6th.
To be honest, it was about time, you know. We got some relaxed and calm ambient. Because, to be honest, we were having too much action, you know. We needed just to chill a bit.
Well, we are going to get Jibby Storm's AI, Jibby Storm actually passing Frey Pepper's AI, I should say, out on track. They go inside of each other, but he's doing up into 10th nonetheless. Neymar is on the back of Ryan. I think Neymar's got a revving out glitch, if I'm not mistaken, so I'll go on board with Ryan for this battle. But yeah, I'm really glad that we've now got to the point where we can actually calm down a bit. It's Magnus who leads the way, Wayne 2nd, Storm in 3rd, Atlas Copel 4th, Khan in 5th, Luke Ajax has picked up another 3-second time penalty. There are the penalties, by the way, out on track. I've gone the wrong way there. Magnus 3 seconds, Storm 3 seconds, Atlas Copel 6, Khan 3, Luke Ajax on 9, Frey Pepper on 12, Maximus Braywitch and Mac Maverick 3, Neymar 3, Black Phoenix 3, and 12 for Cygate. So not too bad. As we see Braywitch around the outside, he is now catching up to Maximus for 11th position.
Oh, Neymar trying to have a look down the inside on Ryan on the last corner. And he's now... he's now side to... Yeah, he's definitely is. But I don't know if he's going to have the space and they make contact.
Oh, goodness me. They nearly made a little bit of contact there. But I'll tell you what, good respect there to Neymar. We've seen Neymar early stages of this season just try and dive it down the inside. And he's been very patient now with Ryan. I've seen a different side in him in the last 2 or 3 races, when Neymar doesn't want to go for moves, doesn't want to ruin his own race, and certainly doesn't want to land himself with any trouble in the stewards room after the race. So Ryan, Neymar, that battle's going to unfold. Speaking of unfolding, Way and Storm for 2nd.
Yeah, but I don't think it's going to be difficult for Storm.
Yigamal was so close to the back of Khan there, running up in towards turn 3, right on the back almost, but didn't get the move done. But look at the speed. Look at the speed of Yigamal. Is he going to dive it down the inside? Yes, he is!
Optimistic.
But Khan blocks him. Khan was not having any of that, and he stays in P5. And to be honest, that was too optimistic from Yigamal anyways.
Yeah, I mean, he was coming from a mile back. And okay, I mean, he gained a lot, but he had to be realistic, you know, as he gets a 3-second time penalty.
But he doesn't care. He's going to go for the move in towards turn 9. No way is this going to work for Yigamal down the inside line.
Nope.
Can he get the move done? Forces Luke Ajax out wide, and that was just silly. That was inevitable, and he's been reset to track by the game as well. And Yigamal now saved. Down into P8, and he's got damage, and not only that, he's just ruined his own race.
Yeah, I mean... You could see it, really, as we can see Storm made his way, or no, he overtook Way, so he's now out to 2nd, and what?
You're desperately trying to avoid those Way puns now, aren't you?
I mean, I really tried to avoid it, but it just came naturally, you know, so, yeah, I apologize for that, but, yeah, he's now up to 2nd, and he's now 6.2 behind Magnus, and... Now that I come to think about it, you could be right about the rain thing. Since Magnus, I think he's trying to stretch it, so in case there's rain, he can get an advantage in those intermediates. So I think it's going to be interesting to see if there's rain or not.
If I predict that there's going to be rain in this race, and it comes around about lap 30, I'm thinking, and then it turns to inters within 2 laps, then you're just going to come at me and say, James, you're a Mystic Meg. You are a Mystic Meg. Yigamal is into the pit lane. He's interestingly came into the pit lane on a set of soft compounded tyres. Has he got damage on that car? Yes. Front wing change going to be on that car. I thought it was something else. But front wing change on that car. He goes on to another set of softs, and now Khan is going to get the move done on Atlas Copel. Zam is right on the back as well. Could he go wham bam on both of them? No, he goes wham bam on one of them. As Atlas Copel just let Zam through there, I think. But Khan threw him up into 4th. Zam is throwing him up into 5th.
Now I get your joke, or I think yeah, never mind.
Wham bam, thank you, Zam.
Yeah.
He could be saying that just now. He's on the back of Khan.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's on softer tires, right? Yeah, he's on soft. So the Renault could actually be fighting for a podium spot. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets two-way by the end of the race.
I wouldn't be surprised, but obviously got to keep those tyres in mind as well. Division 5, by the way, Rock City leading Ranheim second, Schmidtsky in third. A lot of penalties there in Division 5 as well, as now we're on board with Zam on the back of Khan, and is he going to go wham bam thank you Zam to go up into 4th position on this? I'm never going to get tired of that pun, honestly, as now he comes up in towards, and he's already through. Khan does not want to fight that. Zam is through. Wham bam, thank you Zam, thank you Khan in this case, and he's through up into 4th. As now Jibby Storm goes up onto the back of Conti, who of course spun through turn 1, and now Jibby Storm on the back, passes him, gonna get the move done, surely down the inside. Yes, he does. Jibby Storm through, and he's up into 8th.
Quite surprised about a thing, and it's that Storm overtook Way. And he was 6.2, 6.1 from Magnus, and he hasn't gained. And not only that,
I'll tell you what.
Way.
Awesome switchback from Jibby Storm. Jibby Storm has got an awesome switchback coming out of turn 4. These two are having a right old fight between them both. It's one young'un and one not so young'un out on track. Jibby Storm in 8th, Conti in 9th. Jibby Storm with an awesome switchback gets the move done and retakes the position. Brilliant stuff. The young one outdoes the not so old one, or not so young one, I should say.
I have to say, it caught me by surprise, as we can see Conti, who is one of the few people that didn't get a penalty now, gets a penalty. As we can see also Luke trying to move on Atlas. He's going to send it down the inside, or he's going to get it done before the corner even. Although Atlas tried to hold it, now it's switched back, but no. I mean, yeah, he's on hard, Luke on soft, and that's the move done by the Racing Point.
I said last week as well about Luke, he really impressed me in terms of his driving in the race, and again, this is again one of his best races, or this is his best race so far, I think, all season. He is going to be, I think, as long as he doesn't pick up any more penalties, he's got 9 seconds worth currently, as long as he doesn't pick up any penalties, I think he's got an outside shout of possibly getting a top 3, maybe even certainly a top 5, maybe even a top 3 in this race, because looking at the guys ahead of him, I mean, they've got 3 seconds, but it's Austria. Anything can happen.
Yeah, definitely. And as soon as I was speaking, before Storm did the amazing switchback, I was saying that Storm was 6.8 and he was losing time, but now, just one lap later, he's again in 6.1. He has extended his gap to Way to 2.2, so I think he's getting back the pace he was missing in the last few laps. And I don't know if he's going to catch Magnus, but definitely, I mean, Magnus' tires will have to fade away at some point.
Look like smoke coming from the back of that Ferrari as well. Don't want to preempt anything out on track, but I'll tell you what, Magnus, there looks like there's a bit of a haze coming out the back of that car. It looks white to me. It looks like the engine's about to blow.
It's not the engine about to blow. I think it's, the oil, that they're getting out of the engine. Yeah. Oh.
Neymar ran through turn 1. I think he spun it by himself. Has he got damage? I think he's kept it out the wall. Yes, so Neymar keeping out of the wall without revving that glitch. He's still in 16th position. As interesting, Black Phoenix and Cygate both come into the pit lane. Both AlphaTauris are in. As now Luke is on the back of Khan.
He was closer before that exit, but he had a really bad exit. So I don't know if he's going to be able to get a run. I think he is.
He will.
Really good exit. Yeah, and I think Khan is not going to put any... Yeah, he's not going to put any resistance to the overtake. And look, it's up to 5th. So next stop, Sham.
Zam. Yeah, Zam will be hoping he doesn't end up like Spam out on track with the Ajax on the back in 5th position. That is a really bad one, I know. Greatwich is through on Maximus in the meantime. Yigamal is through on McMaverick. And Maximus and Yigamal actually having a really good battle running down the hill here and towards turn 4. I think Maximus has got the stretch on him. He's got the DRS open and he's through. And he's up into P10. The better we escape from that really bad pun, the better.
And I think Magnus is going to win this race. I mean, you said the tires, no way they were going to make it till the end. But it's lap 31. And I'm really starting to think that he's going to make it.
I wish we had Mr. Tom Zaggers. I know he was in the chat earlier on, but I wish we had him here operating that task system, giving us access to that task system, because I will guarantee you now, I don't think those tyres will get to the end of the race. Just look at how careful he has been through the corners. It was on 23 laps or something as they all spun again out on track.
Yep.
In terms of Amazing Hour in Division 1, it was something like anywhere between 23 and 26 laps, I think it came down to. As now Zam is going to try and go wham bam on Wei, and Wei is only making his way down a position, as now Zam is through and he's up into 3rd position. These puns are really getting to the point where everyone's going to start tuning out at this point. Zam through though, and he's up into 3rd. Can he chase down Storm before the end, as now Luke Ajax is on the back of Wei?
I think it's gonna be close, to be honest. But just one thing, James, if we keep making these jokes, we're gonna be showing our way out this league, to be honest. I mean, we have to stop. We have to stop with the jokes.
Maze is not going to be entertained at all, I think, if he watches this back later on. Luke Ajax, though, is going to do it for Ajax as he now comes down in towards Cell 1 and gets the move done up into 4th. And again, a really promising drive so far from Luke Ajax. He's been one of the most consistent drivers so far. But I would say so far this season. He only joined last week, and now he's on the back of Zam, and Zam's going to be under pressure. I tell you what, Khan's going to go into the back of him, and he has! Khan into the back of Luke Ajax. He absolutely steamrolled down the inside line. He was trying to get the move done on Wei. He's still going to get the move done on Wei, I think, on the inside line. But now both of them has got DRS, and now Khan, shooting on the inside line, gets the position done. But my goodness me, he nearly steamrolled his teammate.
Yeah, I mean, that was... I mean, if we said that Jiggermal was optimistic, I think Khan was even more optimistic. I mean, he just sent it and he almost, because... go on.
It's honestly like he never even saw his teammate in front of him. It's honestly as if there was just a fake car there, out on track. But he is dropping time to Luke Ajax, and Luke Ajax has certainly picked up the pace, and I can definitely tell you there's going to be no rain, because the sun's coming out again.
And by the way, just saying that there are rumors that someone saw on the pilot that Perez was driving for Ferrari. Because, those tires are 33 laps old, well, 32. Yeah, and it's starting to look like there's someone else driving for that car. I think it's Perez at its best.
Luke Ajax
saving those tires.
Sorry to cut in, but Luke Ajax is down on the inside line. He gets the move done on Zam. He is through and he's up into 3rd position. And now he could try and chase down Storm. So Zam couldn't chase down Storm. He's dropping time. And now Luke Ajax looks like he's just came into the race because he's now through. Wei has retaken the position on Khan. And has Khan got damage? He has. Khan's got damage on the right side end plate. I wonder if there's been a bit of collision between them both, where he's either... Or has he hit the wall coming out of turn 5? Possibly. He's not going to continue on. I would continue on if I was him.
I mean, I don't know. Like, he's gonna be dangerous on track. Quite a difficult call, to be honest. 2 laps ahead. Let's see how it ends. But if someone tries to overtake on him, I think he should be easy on them. Like, he shouldn't defend as hard. By the way, I mean, look, I'm not gonna refuse, or I'm not gonna say that he's not doing a great race, but one last thing he probably needs to improve, it's the penalties, because I mean, he did an excellent comeback, but with 12 seconds of penalties, he's going over. And Sidegate.
Sidegate's been disqualified from the session. I didn't catch the reason why he was disqualified.
I'm looking.
I think he might have picked up multiple penalties, is what I think. Or driving the wrong way. One of the two.
It seems like, multiple penalties, so you were right.
Multiple penalties for Sidegate, so disqualified out of the race. He was down at the back anyways, I think. So it doesn't really affect anything. So Magnus now running up the hill, and I am just going to watch this guy out on track, because I am nigh uncertain at least one of those tyres is going to puncture before the end of this race. If I'm wrong, then he's done an absolute awesome job. But I'm honestly living on hope that there's going to be some drama. Jimmy Storm is through on Khan though, and he's up into 7th position, and Maximus is through on continues up into 9th.
Just saying Perez is driving for Magnus. I mean, no way he's making those tires go till the end. And just saying that on another league I raced in, there was a guy who had the tires for almost the whole race, the hards, and he blew the tire on the last corner. Obviously he won the race. I mean, there was no drama, but yeah, this could happen here.
Do not preempt that at all. Do not preempt that at all. Final lap of the race here as my voice begins to go. Magnus leading from Storm in second, and Magnus has done an absolutely unreal job out on track. He honestly has. Storm in second. Luke Ix is going to be down into what, 6th, 7th, maybe 8th position if he's not careful. Black Phoenix, by the way, has gone down the inside on Magnus has got the move done, and Magnus now running down and towards turn 4. He's past the point where Amazing now will punctured on the final lap of the race in Division 1, and now coming down in towards Division 5. I could honestly see those tyres, that rear right looks like it's about to blow out on track. There's so much degradation on that tyre, there's so much blistering through the middle. He is still going, and now he's through turn 7 and 8. And Magnus surely is going to win this one. He is now...
You're just hoping for drama.
I am hoping for drama. I am honestly hoping for that as he now comes through the final couple of corners, through turn 9, through turn 10. Magnus has done an absolutely unreal job. Comes across the line, 30 laps on that ton of hards, and he wins. Couldn't do what Amazing Hour did in Division 1. Brilliant win from Storm in second. Luke IX is going to finish third, but for how long? Because he's going to be across the line in third. But the penalties are going to bring Zam onto the podium. Atlas Copo, Way could jump up quite a lot here as well. As he actually runs wide out the final corner. Jibby Storm's going to get him. Jibby Storm's got Way coming across the line. And it's, I think Way had a puncture coming across the line, in fact, on the rear right. I think Way might have had a puncture on the rear right.
Yeah, he has.
Yep. Just spotted that coming across the line.
On the left rear.
The left rear.
Yeah.
It was one of the rear tyres. There we are.
No, you actually spotted quite good.
Yeah, very good. Ryan across the line to finish in 14th. We also had Neymar across the line as well. So Ryan across the line in 14th. Frey Pepper's AI will come across the line to finish in 15th. He will not pick up points. And Black Phoenix to come across the line in 16th position. We nearly got the first interview of the season from Jibby Storm, but we didn't. He finished 4th, sadly. Black Phoenix across the line to finish in 16th, but Magnus out on top, Storm in 2nd, and a really good drive from Magnus there. Driver of the day is voted for by the in-game fans. Jibby Storm gets awarded in-game driver of the day.
Deserved. I mean, I would say deserved. But also you have to give credit to the Ferrari driver. Although I think we will talk about it later.
Yeah, I think we should get him in, to be honest, and see how much those tyres were certainly getting towards the end of the race. It is a Norwegian 1-3, by the way, as well, with Zam being on the podium. But it is Magnus who takes the win out on track. Storm in 2nd, and then Zam in 3rd position. And Ferrari continue to dominate in the championship. In the Constructors, Atlas Copel, by the way, all the way down in 8th position. Has Magnus taken the lead of the championship?
As you go on with the result, I will calculate it quite fast.
It is 19 points is what we're looking for. 19 points is the gap. I think Atlas Copel is still in front by a couple of points, possibly. Magnus out on top, though, from Storm in 2nd. Zam in 3rd, 14th on the grid for 3rd.
No, actually, he's ahead.
Jibby Storm 18th up to 4th. We'll confirm with that you in just a second. Luke Ix in 5th, Way in 6th. Then Maximus 7th, Atlas Copa 8th, Conti 9th, Karn in 10th, Jägermal in 11th, Greywitch in 12th, Mac Maverick 13th, Ryan in 14th, Frey Pepper, Black Phoenix, Neymar all finishing, Lukey, Tekken and Cygate out of the race at very early stages of the race as well. But you were saying that Atlas Copa has now lost the lead of the championship.
By 4 points. No, actually, I think they are on the same points.
Let me have a look.
No, 2 points. Never mind, 2 points. Yeah, because
2
points. Atlas got 4 points, and yeah, the Magnus got 25, so that's 21. So 2 points gap.
First, where did Atlas Copel finish 8th?
Yeah, he did. So that's 4 points.
Yeah,
my bad. 30 points for the win. Yeah, that's right.
I
30
make it.
points.
Yeah, I make it. Atlas Coppo is leading the championship by 1 point. No, actually, Magnus is leading the championship by 1 point because he picked up the pole position and he gets the 2 points. It would be 1 point to Atlas Coppo, gap advantage, but because of those 2 points for pole position, Magnus is on top by a point.
I really need to get the point system because oh my god, what a mess.
30 points for 30 points for first, and 8th is 12 points. So that's 18, but with the pole position points, it's 20. So he's got a 1 point advantage going into next week.
Yeah, so I mean the championship fight getting even tighter.
Even tighter. Magnus is not human, according to Luke Ajax there in the Discord.
I'm inviting the guys, by the way, but it's taking its time to load up, so yeah.
If it's taking its time to load up, then I wouldn't bother. If the friends list is still a bit buggered, then I wouldn't bother, to be honest. But we can try. We can try at least.
I mean, I don't have them added, which I should actually. I'm gonna ask them to add me, so it's easier for me. So I have to search them, and it takes ages to actually, yeah.
So is that friends
Okay.
the friends list still down? It must be.
Oh, an error has occurred. Never mind. Yeah, I mean, it's everything. Like to search. Well, the friend list is actually now like fixed. You can actually find.
Oh.
It show up. Who were the other two guys who ended up in the podium?
Storm and Zam,
Okay.
as well as Magnus. And next week, just for purposes for the league, for the calendar, next week we go to Britain. It's the British Grand Prix, Silverstone, the home of British motorsport, awaits the Division 4 guys and all 5 divisions, of course, next week. And that is going to be, of course, from Tuesday up till Friday. Really hope you can enjoy. And on Wednesday, EML is back, which I'm really glad to say as well. EML is back, and it's going to be on the League 2, the League 1 stream. It is going to be... I need to get this right. Hang on. Aidan Carter and Luke Etheridge are going to be taking you through the action for that. Myself and Daniel Hoggard taking you through the action for the Premier Division. And that's at 7 o'clock and 8:30 on Wednesday, so tune in.
Keep making time. I'm still inviting.
Let's review that race though, Paco, because obviously Magnus, I think, is my driver of the day. What about you?
I mean, we have to agree. I mean, making those tires last that much is just completely insane. I wouldn't have imagined. Actually, I would have imagined if it was Storm who did it, or Conti actually, because Conti back then in Division 5 he was able to make the tires last forever. But somehow, yeah, Magnus did a great job. I mean, we have to all agree on that.
Somehow he defied gravity out on track, and he was wicked in his performance. Yeah, you've got to get that. Come on.
I mean, horrible.
That, yeah, we're going to be thrown off the air at this point, I think.
That's right. Actually, it's so weird because I was trying to find the PSN from Sham, and I had to scroll down in the standings. And so weird that he has finished third, you know, and that he hasn't been able to put on a good race until now.
Until now, but he did. And he did.
Yeah,
it was fantastic to watch, of course.
I mean, I've always seen him as a good driver, but quite weird that until now, you know, he was not able to deliver those results.
Yeah, and it's going to be, I think, fascinating, hopefully, to hear from the 3 guys. Hopefully, we're going to get all 3 of them in. Obviously, there's still PSN issues going on at this stage, where we're commentating from you now. So hopefully, we're going to get them all 3 in. If not, don't worry about it. We'll catch up with them probably before next week's race and feed you their thoughts on what happened, of course, last time. Conti saying, Magnus to Division 3, you're way too fast for Division 4. Your qualifying was the same as Paul in Division 3 yesterday.
Yeah, I mean,
Wow.
I have to agree. By the way, I'm adding the 2 players, and then if someone can invite Sham, I would appreciate hugely if they can do it. Because yeah, I'm having trouble to find some PSN.
Well, we can just do Magnus and Storm. I don't mind about that at all, as long as we get at least one of them in, I hope, for an interview. I don't want to be left now on the lurch. I hope they can join a party, by the way, is what I'm thinking. And if not, then we'll end it at 20 past. I'm giving them until 20 past to join, but if not, then we'll end it there. Yeah, Britain next week, of course. How do you feel it's going to all unfold out on track, Paco?
I mean, I have the same expectations on Silverstone as in this track, since Silverstone it's like a track where you have several spots to try and overtake on, and it's quite wide, so it's easy to make a move. So I expect sort of a similar race to the one we've seen here in Austria.
Yeah, it's going to be fascinating, and the man that can talk us through his race is in the party right now. It is Magnus, who somehow made 30 or 31 lap old hards get to the end of the race. I still cannot befuddle how that has been done. Talk us through your race though, Magnus, because that was brilliant.
Thanks, finally.
Honestly, you've been so unlucky the last couple of weeks. That was retribution tonight.
Yeah, it felt great. I mean, like that's when that safety car came. Was it lap 3, 4,
yeah,
or something? I just me and Atlas Scopo had a conversation there, or just we had to make a quick evaluation, and we were a bit surprised when we were the only ones who went into the pits. And for a few laps there, I thought that we had screwed up, but I was able to do some moves early there to get into some free air, and yeah, it was just taking care of the tires.
I kept on saying in commentary, amazing how I had a puncture on 26 lap old hards right at the end of the race. How on earth did you manage to get 31 laps on those?
I don't know. I think I checked on the last lap and I was at like 78 on the worst tire, so it wasn't.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't too bad. I just thought it's just about trying to brake and coast through the corners and just go into lean mix in turn 3 to avoid wheel spin on the exit, and just try to take care and use rich mix and ERS on the straights to remain the gap to the car behind.
Yeah, it was honestly dominant, I think, from you in that perspective. Paco, any questions?
Well, I'm just asking, how do you feel in Silverstone, and if you think that you can repeat the result that you've achieved today?
I haven't driven a race in Silverstone in quite some time now, so but I like the track, but unfortunately it's like 50-50 if I can make it next week or not.
Let's hope you can actually make it, because that would be good for the championship fight.
Yeah, I know. So yeah, just hopefully I can keep this going for the next races and just don't screw up in the race.
Yeah, that would be good to see, definitely.
I'm not going to put any pressure on you by saying this as well. You are the championship leader going into next week.
I am?
Yeah, by a point.
Oh.
Over Atlas Corpo.
Okay.
I think he didn't even notice. I think he didn't even have the count, like... You've definitely put him the pressure now.
Because of the last races and I didn't think that I was I thought I was way more behind than that. Of course, Atlas Copo, I don't remember where he came in this race.
8th, I think.
Yeah, so he lost some points, So, but yeah, I think but we are leading the constructors, aren't we?
By an absolute mile, you're leading constructors by.
Yeah. Okay. That's good.
That's really good, but surely, if you turn up next week, what's the orders going to be? Because obviously you're both you're both leading the championship essentially. You're both winning the points for each other. Is that going to be a sort of first driver, second driver? Or are you just going to take it on equal terms?
I think we just. I mean, it's the qualifying, and then in the race, I think we talk to each other during the race, so we can kind of take it on the go. So yeah. If not, it's just the first. The guy who is ahead in the race gets to choose which lap he wants to go in, I guess.
That's fair. That is fair, honestly. I hope, honestly, we get to see you next week, because it's going to be fascinating, I think, to see that all unfold. But for now, I will let you go and enjoy your evening.
Thank you.
Very welcome. And
cheers, bye.
Bye. And yeah, that is the end for tonight here in TTML Division 4. I really hope everyone has enjoyed it. I really hope everyone is still keeping safe as well in these very troublesome times that we still are all living in, both in the real world and in the same racing world as well. And the next time we're live here on League Racing TV is on Sunday, and that Sunday race, of course, is TTML F2. And if I'm not mistaken, I need to go into the calendar and check. You can tune in for some action for TTML F2, and that is going to be around Hungary. So Hungary is going to be the race for next week, and it's going to be fascinating to see how everything is going to unfold. But Paco, final thoughts for you. What can we expect in Silverstone next week?
I think it's gonna be way better than Austria.
Yeah, I hope the driving standards are gonna pick up, because honestly, I think driving standards. I'll be honest by saying this: if the driving standards in Division 4 continue, I hardly think half the drivers in Division 4 will be here next season. And yes, I've just said that.
But to be honest, I think this race wasn't that bad.
It was better. It was a lot better compared to Baku, but driving standards still need to improve as a whole. And I think Division 5 is also the same, where driving standards do need to improve. So hopefully we begin to see that progress. We begin to see the drivers actually work on themselves and work on their racing craft out on track for next week. But from myself and from Paco Suarez, thank you so much for tuning in. We will see you next week for Division 4. Until then, please keep safe and please keep to the guidelines. From myself and Paco, thank you for watching. Until next time, goodbye.